everyone. In this lecture, we're going to be talking about the correlation coefficient and the coefficient of determination. Now let's start with the correlation coefficient. We're going to be using R for this. Now some people use capital R, but just for the sake of this lecture, we're going to be using lowercase r. Now the correlation coefficient measures how good your linear regression model is. Now this is a value that lies somewhere between -1 and +1. And the idea is that if R equals 0, that means that there's no correlation with your two numerical variables. And if R equals either plus or -1, that simply means that there's basically perfect correlation. Like your linear regression model is basically connecting all the dots in your scatter plot. That's how good it is. Now, typically, you're never going to get a value of 0 or plus or -1 because you're never going to get something that's not correlated at all, nor are you going to get something that is just perfectly correlated. Typically, you're going to get something in between. And so R is going to be some number between -1 and +1. Like, for example, maybe 0.35 or -0.7. And the idea is that the closer the R value is to 0, the more not correlated it is. And the closer the R value is to either plus or -1, the more perfectly correlated it is. So for example, R equals 0.1 would be not so correlated because that number is very close to 0. But a number like R equals -0.9, that's pretty correlated. It's not perfectly correlated, but it's pretty correlated. Now, the reason why we have two values for the perfect correlation is because that the correlation coefficient also tells you whether or not you have positive or negative correlation. It kind of gives you a sense of the slope. Is the slope positive or negative with your linear regression model? So if you have positive correlation, or if your R value is greater than 0, that means you have positive correlation. Or a positive slope, if you want to think of it that way. And then likewise, if R is less than 0, this means that you have negative correlation. Now, a really good follow-up question to all this is, how do you calculate R? Well, we're not going to be talking about that really so much in terms of formulas. We're going to be actually calculating R and the coefficient of determination, which we'll talk about in a second here, using our calculator. So now let's get into the coefficient of determination. So coefficient of determination is frequently, most people use little r squared, but some people just use capital R squared, which is a little weird to me, but it's whatever. They're both the same thing. Now the coefficient of determination is just the square of the R. You take your R value and you square it. That's it. And now, since R is a value between -1 and +1, then R squared is a value between 0 and 1. 0 meaning that an R squared value of 0 means that there's literally no correlation. No correlation at all. And likewise, an R squared value, I should say, equals 0 here. An R squared value that equals 1 means that there's perfect correlation. All right, so let's talk about what the difference between R and R squared. R squared actually measures how predictable the variance of the Y value is given your independent X variable. Now that's a really weird thing to say, but this is how I approach this in real life and practically. The idea is I always use the R squared value. I never use the correlation coefficient, which is just R. What I do is I get an R squared value, and the closer the R squared value is to 1, the happier I am. And typically, there is no special R squared value that makes it really good, but I have just picked an arbitrary number of 0.95. To me, an R squared value of 0.95 is good enough. That means that your linear model is really good at predicting the relationship or the coordination between the two variables. But that's not always the case. There are some linear models that have a low R squared value, like for example, even as low as like 0.3. But people say, hey, that's somewhat correlated. And so, I mean, the model predicts the relationship between the two numerical variables better than nothing, better than just random guessing. So some people like R squared values that are anything above 0. But again, typically I just like 9.5. There's no real like alpha threshold that's typical amongst all scientists. So that is the coefficient of determination. So we've covered the correlation coefficient and the coefficient of determination. Thank you guys so much. And in the next lecture, I'm actually going to teach you how to calculate these numbers, going through an example of linear regression together with this TI-84. I'll see you guys then.